going on YouTube? I do apologize for the noise that you're going to be hearing. There is some roof work going on right now at my place, so you will hear probably some loud banging here and there. It's just from storms coming through that mess up our roofs and stuff. So yeah. But anyways, I know I've brought this deck to you before, but I will say this much in the beginning. I do think I do know more now. I watched the recent YCSs and stuff, the remote duels, and I actually learned quite a lot from that. I was out of touch with the game whenever I was doing all my deck profiles coming back these past few months, and I just really didn't understand how the decks were really operating and stuff. Same with Salamangreat here. I wasn't really too sure on what I was doing, and now that I'm somewhat more knowledgeable now again, I feel like I'm in a more comfortable spot doing these deck profiles and stuff furthermore. So there's that. Another thing, I know you're probably thinking, why are these dice here? Has nothing to do with the deck, and why do my sleeves look like this? Like weird shiny stuff. I recently went over to Imperial Duelist. It's a website that you can go to and purchase all kinds of like dice and sleeves and stuff, and I just wanted to share these things that I bought and I thought were super cool. And you guys should probably go check out the website. Not sponsored or anything, but I do really suggest going over there because they've got some pretty good prices on stuff, and they got some really cool stuff like this die right here. I think is super cool. It just says no. It's one of the solemn cards, which I think is super cool. They're also really cool colored and stuff, and they got like this blue sleeve that I'm using here, and this like weird shatter glass looking effect is actually what do they call it? A perfect fit sleeve, and it makes the cards look really cool. And you can double sleeve your cards with normal sleeves and stuff, and that's really cool as well. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and bring my updated profile of Salamangreat and a more in-depth profile, because now I know what I'm talking about a lot more, and I feel a lot more comfortable doing these things. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe on the video, and we'll go ahead and get into this deck profile. I am showing off an side deck as well, just because I think I know what I'm talking about. But if you guys have any suggestions on the deck, what I should be changing and stuff, let me know down in the comments, because I am, again, trying to learn the game again and really get back into it. But starting us off, we have one Gazelle and one Falco. These are the only one-ofs we play. I cut away Mole completely because Mole is not that good at all. I thought it was at the time, but it is just not good. These are the only cards that you should be playing at one, considering you can only play Gazelle at one. That makes a little bit more sense. But Falco, you definitely don't want to play at any more than one, just because it'd be more of a brick then than anything else. Moving on, we play 2 Spinny and 2 Jack Jaguar and 2 Foxy. I was thinking about bumping Foxy up, but in the long run, I think I'm gonna bump Spinny up to 3. I just couldn't find my 3rd for the profile. But yeah, I am thinking about bumping Spinny up to 3, just because I think it might be a little bit better than just running 2 Spinny. But right now, this ratio is not that bad. One thing I have learned, Foxy's effect, you're pretty much not ever going to use the Excavate top 3. You're mainly going to be using the second effect to pitch a Salamangreat card and special summon it out. So that's something to keep in mind. Something I really wasn't thinking about whenever I made my last profile. So, yeah. Moving on, the 3 Buffaloes still. I still think this is perfectly fine. I'm still not playing Lead Debug because I think Debug's just bad compared to Buffalo. I think Buffalo is just so much better than the Debug. You can chain block with Buffalo, and it lets you draw 2 cards, and it's just a really good starter for the deck. So all around, it's just a really good card. It's, in my opinion, it's better than Debug. I really wouldn't suggest playing Debug. Another card that I bumped back up to 3 is Parallel Exceed. I did try it at 2 a little bit, and I guess my flashlight's not going to work right now, so lighting's going to look a little weird. So I guess I'll come back real quick whenever my flashlight will work. So anyways, I'm finally back from my phone charging up. I didn't realize that it was almost dead, so yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, Parallel Exceed being at 3 is a lot better than 2. I realized that. Because it makes making links a lot easier, and going into a rank 4 that I play a lot easier, and our going first board can be made a lot better because of this card. Moving on to hand traps, we have Triple Ash, Triple Bell, Triple Veiler. All these do their own thing. This is like Tribridge and Zoo, or Drytron maybe, and then these are just good all around. And then Veilers are just good for stopping monster effects. So yeah. Our one-of spells, we play one Sanctuary, one Circle, and one Monster Reborn. I'm gonna look at it this way. Sanctuary is actually a really bad card. The only thing that makes this card good is the relink ability. Drawing it, you hate it. So all around, it's a pretty bad card, but it makes for your deck to be played better. So it's kind of like it's almost like a brick in a way. Because like if you draw it, it kind of just makes your plays a little funky rather than you searching it, if that makes any sense. Circle searches your Gazelle or Spinny or Jack Jaguar or whatever you need, and Monster Reborn because it doesn't have to target a Salamangreat monster like Will. Then we play 2 Will. I'm thinking about bumping this up to 3 as well. Playing this at 2 works fine as well. So I mean, like, I don't need 3, but I think 3 might be better because it helps you play around Nibiru and stuff. Because like if you get nibbed, you can just make this. You could just use this card to make your board, remake your board per se. So I think that's really good. Then we play 2 Desires. I don't think I'm gonna bump this up to 3. I like this card and I don't like this card. I have a love-hate relationship with it because sometimes I banish my 10 and it's perfectly fine and my draws are amazing, and sometimes I banish all my good stuff and I draw nothing. So like I have a love-hate relationship with this card, but it is good in this deck, so that's why I play it. Then we play Triple Signet Mining. This helps us search for our Gazelle or start our combos even. So it's a really good card. You can even search your Parallel Exceed if you need it, or Spinny, Jack Jaguar, any of that. It's just extra copies of whatever card you might need out of your deck, really. Then we play the 1 Imperm, starting off our traps because I only have 1, and then I also bumped down Rage to 1. I found Rage not being as useful as the Roar. While Rage is good, it's not as good as Roar. So I went ahead and bumped it down to 1, and it works out a lot better. But yeah, these are my one-of traps. Moving on, we have 2 Roar. I really like this card at 2. It's super, super useful. Very good for your go first turn, and helps set up your board a lot more and solidify your first turn plays because it makes it harder for your opponent to play whenever you just have some negates set. And speaking of negates, we play 3 Solemn Strike. This card's super good in Salad, actually. I used to not play it for the longest, and now that I'm actually playing it more and more, I really like this card in Salad. It's a really, really good card. Some deck lists aren't playing it, which I can understand why. It can be like a nuisance in a way. Like you could be playing something else to help combo or extend, but I really like the going first with this card, and it's a really easy card to side out for something else. But yeah, that finishes the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. I don't really think my extra deck has changed any, so we're just going to go through it really quick. I mean, it's changed a little, but I don't think it's changed too much to really matter. We still play the 3 Baylynx, 3 Sunlight Wolf, the 2 Heat Leo. That's probably never going to change in Salad, honestly, unless we get like some kind of crazy Salad link or something, which I don't think we are anytime soon, at least. We still play the Splash Mage to help us go into the OTK, which is update, transcode, and access code. So we play Splash Mage to help us get into this OTK a lot easier, or we also play Splash Mage to solidify our going first board a lot easier. Which our going first board now, we'll go over it a little bit more. We play a new card in the extra deck that makes our going first board a lot stronger. So let's go ahead and get to that point. So I was watching some of the tournaments and stuff and looking at a few different profiles, and I've seen this card pop up in a lot of the decks. Appaloosa. Appaloosa is actually a really insane card. and it's kind of on me. I kind of read Mirage Stalio wrong, which is why I wasn't really playing it in the first place. So Mirage Stalio doesn't lock you into fire monsters; it locks you into fire effects until the end of turn. So you can still make this, and then on your opponent's turn, the effects can be activated. So while yes, it doesn't protect you from per se a Nibiru if you make it, because you can't activate the effect, it is still a really good card for if you're not getting nibbed and you're going first, and it's a really good card to just set up for your going first board, because you can have you can have Appaloosa plus like 2 sets and maybe a hand trap in hand, and that's pretty strong for a Sala deck compared to what it used to be. So Appaloosa making our going first boards a lot stronger than what they used to be. And Mirage Stallion makes it a lot easier to get into that, actually. There are certain hands you can draw to where you don't even need to go into Mirage to make the Appaloosa and stuff, but very rarely will you come into that, so don't even worry about that. But the Mirage Stalio is super, super good for making that go first board with the Appaloosa and stuff. And Mirage Stalio is just really good in general for going first. You're going first with Mirage Stalio is always going to be a lot better than what it was without the Mirage Stalio, just because it implements a lot more extension with your deck. So Mirage Stalio coming back was actually a lot bigger than I thought it was. While yes, it doesn't really push it to like top tier status, it does make it a very, very strong rogue contender. Our rank 4 that we're playing is Daguerreus. I think this card's actually really good in the deck. A lot of people don't really play it that much, I've noticed. They're either playing Dweller or Baguska, which I can understand. Baguska's a really good card. I was really stuck between Baguska and number 60, but I think I like number 60 a little bit more. Yes, Baguska could be better for just stalling out to try to draw it out to something, or just to try and draw into some combos or something, but I think Daguerreus is better because you get detach the 2, draw, double attack, or special summon something from the grave. So it's an extender, a drawing card, and also a OTK. So I mean, all around, it's a really good card, and it's also a fire. So even if you use a Mirage effect, you can still use this card, which is super useful. Now side, this is where I'm a bit iffy on if it's good or not, or if any of these are really going to be that successful. I will be playing in a tournament this weekend, and I will be able to actually test it a little bit more. It'll be my first tournament in a long time. So, but we have triple Lancia starting us off. I think this is going to be good because I think it can help in certain matchups against some of the top contenders for the decks and stuff. It might not be that great, but I think it's still going to be good enough to really matter. And then we also play triple Crow, because I know Crow can come up in some situations, and I still haven't really decided if Bell or Crow's the best option, so that's still kind of why I'm playing the 3 Crow. But at the end of the day, I think Bell is better. So this might be coming out, and I might be adding some better side deck cards. Moving on, we have double Nibiru. I'm not really too sure on how combo heavy this locals is going to be, so I'm just going to stick with 2 and hope that that's good enough for me. I'm not really too sure on how much combo I'm going to run into. I know Dragon Link did really well in the recent remote duels and stuff, and I know Dragon Link's been doing pretty good, but I think it's more of a control variant that's doing a lot better, so I'm not really sure if Nibiru is going to come up, if I'm going to be honest with you. Moving on, we have the Pankatrops for going second. It's just a really good going second card, not really too much to explain there. And then we have one Dark Ruler no more. I really need to pick up 2 more of this probably, but again, I'm not really sure how combo heavy the locals is going to be, so this card might not even come up that much. Who knows? Now this I'm pretty confident in with playing the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster and the triple Twin Twister to combat back row decks. I am pretty confident in that being perfectly fine because I've seen a lot more back row decks around this area than I have combo, so I am pretty confident in this side. And the biggest reason why this side looks this way is because I just don't have any Lightning Storms. If I had Lightning Storms, I wouldn't even be playing Harpies, and I'd just be playing triple Lightning. But again, I'm pretty confident in playing it like this. Like, those are the only... That's pretty much the main side deck card that I'm pretty confident in how it's made. And then 1 Imperial Order, because I know, like, I've talked to a few people at the locals. Like, I don't know exactly how it's played, but I know every now and then there is, like, a few striker players that show up. And Imperial Order is probably just going to be one of those cards that will help me in that situation. And I think Order is also good against certain other decks that I might come up against. So there's that. But yeah, that's pretty much my Salad deck. Like I said, if you guys have happened to, I'm just going to throw these on the camera so you have something to look at. I know it's nothing special, but if you guys happen to have any ideas of what I could change about this deck, or maybe even just improve upon, let me know, because again, I'm still just getting back into the game after taking a pretty long break. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile, and again, go check out Imperial Duelist. They sell some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Again, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.